Oh, right. Galen pointed at the piece of paper because I wanted to talk about the Sega Saturn. I did talk about all the McElroy family podcasts.
Yes, you did cover that. Although, was that on there that you listed?
No, I just recovered it.
Oh, okay.
Talked about Rose Buddies and Schmanners.
Don't know what these are.
Schmanners is a manners podcast. Rose Buddies is about the Bachelor and Bachelorette.
I know Sawbones. That's a medical podcast. I know that because you said it earlier.
Yes. And we talked about Welcome
Yes,
to Night
it is
Vale.
toxic.
And Alice Isn't Dead. What was I talking about? Sega Saturn. Yeah, I don't remember what I had to say about the Sega Saturn. I think mostly that I like the Sega Saturn. I mean, I'll take pretty much any opportunity to talk about the Sega Saturn.
I have never played a Sega Saturn.
It's a dumb, broken console.
Is it a handheld console?
No.
Okay, then I've definitely never played it.
It is what came in between the Genesis and the Dreamcast.
See, I've played the Dreamcast, and the Dreamcast is really good.
It was contemporary with, like, the Dreamcast died not because it sucked, but because the Saturn sucked. And there were a lot of reasons the Saturn sucked.
It's sort of like gaming in general. The console's not going to suffer necessarily because it sucks, but it will definitely suffer if its predecessor...
Get up the stairs, get up...
Zach, you know what you didn't do?
What?
I'm gonna wait. You did not pick up my souls. You were on top of them.
I did throw the controller.
Yes, you did.
Yes, the Saturn is a thing, and it's a great thing, by which I mean it's also an incredibly shitty thing. So the
Nintendo Die Hard Fanboy, which is what Buff Chuck does.
Oh my god.
Is perfectly reasonable.
Can I go over all the reasons the Saturn is dumb?
Yes.
So
let's
what?
get a list of at least 10.
So for reference, the
Do you
Saturn
think
was...
you can manage that first off?
Can I list individual games?
I will drink if you... no, but 10 different things that make the... If you get 10 different things that make the Saturn bad, I will drink.
I mean, the thing is, it's a few big things. One...
Okay. If you get 5, how about that?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
So...
There's no penalty for
the
not.
Sega Saturn
also,
was...
fuck fighting anybody. Oh! Environmental death!
The Sega Saturn, for those who don't know, was
was
contemporary with the what's it called? PlayStation. That's actually a good one because it didn't have a Sonic game. Is a big part of it. Is that it was a Sega console that never had a Sonic game. Instead, Sonic Team developed Nights into Dreams, I think is the subtitle. That might be the subtitle of the Wii game. And don't get me wrong, Nights is a great game, but man, does it not move consoles like a Sonic game would have. So, Sega Saturn, contemporaneous with the PlayStation and N64, for those who don't know. And one of the big things you'll notice is that both of those are 3D consoles. Sega Saturn was originally not a 3D console, and when they found out that the competition was doing 3D, they decided that they had to step up to the plate. So they basically taped two processors together in such an arcane way that we still can't properly emulate Sega Saturn games because we don't know how the fuck that console worked. So that's dumb thing number one. Dumb thing number two, in fact, ties in that it couldn't... So, Galen, what geometric shape are polygons primarily composed of? Fun trivia questions.
I'm gonna go with triangles, because they're the simplest.
In almost all cases, you would be correct, unless you're talking about a Sega Saturn, in which case, it's squares.
Like, triangles just make sense, though, because you can make a square out of triangles.
They make a lot of sense. That's why both, the N64 and the PlayStation and every console since...
Also, the other way I know that, or the other thing I was thinking of for that is the breasts on the Great Fairy... in Zelda games are very triangular.
Not a bad logic. So how many reasons do we have that this thing is dumb already?
I'm gonna give you at least 5 and drink.
Okay, so I mean I'm gonna keep going.
I need to drink
if we're talking
to
about
know
we're talking about other dumb graphical things it does, it can't do actual transparency. So have fun playing the water levels in Symphony of the Night, which did come to Sega Saturn as a port. There are very few games that were multi-platform in the Sega Saturn because it did things so dumb that ever came to other consoles. One notable example is Tomb Raider, in fact, started as a Sega Saturn exclusive. Hey, I bet you thought of that as a PlayStation game. There's a good reason why. The Sega Saturn edition sucks. Other dumb things. Oh, can we talk about how they launched it a month early in the US, but also didn't decide to tell any game manufacturers?
Wait, what?
So they're like, the console's coming out, and a bunch of people were like, that's cool, we don't have games. Also, they announced it they announced it, and the fact that it was coming out a month early, and the price at the same E3 that Sega announced the price point for the PlayStation. Guess which one was
Sony announced
what did I say?
the price.
Yes, thank you.
Sega did not release the PlayStation.
Hey, of those two consoles, guess which one was $100 cheaper?
Wow.
Did you guess PlayStation? Because you're right.
Zach, Zach is not having a great
That's fine.
time.
I'm going to keep talking about the Sega Saturn and why it's fucking dumb. Pretty much.
Yeah, Buff pointing out that you can be the first to own this paperweight.
So they also stopped
which is what it sounds like
supporting it like 2 years in because no one was buying games because who the fuck would buy this travesty of a console? So it was like, it got bad enough.
Here I was, not knowing anything about the Sega Saturn, thinking you actually liked this console.
Oh, no, I do. That's the dumbest part.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna drink again, because you just outdumbed the console.
No, let's be clear. The Sega Saturn is a piece of trash, and I adore it.
Are there just games you really like?
Yes, that's the thing. For all its faults, the Sega Saturn has some amazing fucking games.
What the fuck even
happened? Oh my god, Galen.
I'm alive. Oh, that's not an environmental death. That's only 2 drinks instead of 3.
I still haven't even drank. Drank? You know, Bob Chocobo, I like it.
That you are yelling at
You're
your TV
getting
screen.
in the spirit.
Because we are also yelling at our TV screen.
Although, let's be fair, like, the Sega Saturn was super fucking dumb. It was by no means the first dumb thing Sega did to hurt their brand.
Oh, no.
Because it came on a long tail. Let's go
Where
back.
are you going, Zach?
That's an incredibly good question, isn't it, Galen?
I owe 2 drinks, so hold on.
So let's go back a while. So we have the Genesis, also known as the Master System in places that aren't the US. And it's a pretty good console. People like it a lot. The Europeans buy a bunch of it. The Brits call it the Jetty, because that's how they name things. And then they come out with a great thing called the Sega... Oh, fuck, what was it called? Galen, you need to go look up what the Sega disk drive was called.
What?
This was totally a thing, and I'm not lying.
Why?
What?
Why?
Because they were dumb, and they're like, CDs hold so much more data.
But it was just a disk drive, not like a console? What?
No, the Sega CD was like a strap-on add-on for the Genesis, which is way dumber, because that means splitting your user base. So that was a shitty console that had a bunch of FMV games like Sewer Shark that no one played.
What?
And Night Trap, which had a US congressional hearing about it, so that's kind of cool.
Why?
Because video games are bad and corrupting our youth, and this one has, like, kind of real-looking people who are not actually naked, but are suggesting at situations that might be conceived as sexual or violent in nature.
So
that was a bad idea. Cool.
So is this why other games didn't get quite as much flack? Because the flack went to that?
A little bit, yeah. No, this is pretty much why the ESRB was formed, was because of hearings on this. Which also, as a Connecticutan, I have also known as
what?
Connecticutan.
As a Connecticut?
Yeah, as a Connecticut or a nutmegger, I have great memories of, not actual memories because I wasn't alive at the time, but I've seen the clips of good old Senator Joe Lieberman, longest running independent senator in the nation, waving around a light gun at congressional Senate hearings, talking about why the video games are bad for our youth. Fun fact, he came to my high school once and I asked him about that. He admitted that it was not one of his finer moments. Where was I going? All right, Sega's dumb. So we have the Sega CD. That's dumb and stupid, but that's fine. Other people have done dumb and stupid.
That too.
The Famicom had it.
I'm actually sort of just looking for reasons to drink so that I don't have to remember any of this.
The Famicom, the Japanese equivalent of the NES, had a disc system. In fact, games like Metroid and Zelda first came out on the disc system in Japan. It was actually kind of cool. It had like
Oh, you're alive.
I was like super convinced I was too. Where the fuck are my Estus flasks? Why are you not coming up the stairs? I mean, that's pretty chill of you. But continuing, so
aggro range, but
Famicom Disk System had it in Japan, didn't come to the US, it was a failure. Cool, people do that, but Sega would not rest on their laurels, so they came out with something called the 32X, which was a strap-on 32-bit processor that further split the user base, and there were some games that would only work on the if you had a 32X. There were some games that would only work if you had a 32X and a Sega CD.
Can I just say Microsoft could have learned from these mistakes with the Kinect?
On some point, yes, but I think that's less extreme.
I feel like they presented the Kinect in the same way as these sound like they were presented.
A little bit, except these were more expensive. And also, the thing is, like, I feel like with the Kinect, you have Microsoft developing games that are explicitly like, hey, this is a normal Xbox game, and this is a Kinect game. With these things, they're just like, no, everyone's gonna buy this, so we just start making games for this new thing, right?
You made it to the stairs.
I know I did, and then I didn't. Did I pick up the souls? I can't even remember. I did, so I only had to drink once.
I have to drink for you picking up the souls then, which is fine, because the less I remember of this, the better.
But it gets better, because there was one more add-on for the Sega Genesis, and it's called the Sega Master Base Converter, which, one, dumb name, because it sounds like masturbate.
Yeah,
two,
I was about to make that joke, but I'm glad that was already made.
It's an add-on that allows
Maybe I'll make it to the Capra Demon this time.
It's an add-on that allows the Genesis to play Sega Master System games. Hey, do you know who cares about Sega Master System games? Absolutely fucking no one. There's no one worth playing. What, you're gonna play Phantasy Star 1? No, you're not, because it's archaic and shitty. Just go play Phantasy Star 2.
Is it Phantasy Star Online? Is that a game?
That is also a thing.
That's a Dreamcast game, right?
Oh
my god. What the fuck is happening?
Well, 2 drinks for Galen.
No. Yeah. It wasn't environmental death, so we're good.
But you didn't pick up the souls.
No, I didn't. I thought it was 3, but it's only 2. I'm very far gone now.
So, Sega, and do you know what the best part of all 3 of these?
I'm hitting 10 shots now.
Galen, do you want to know the best part of all of these add-ons? You could use them all simultaneously.
Why?
I don't know, but you could create the Tower of Power, which drew so much electricity that Sega sold a Sega-branded power strip so you wouldn't short-circuit your fucking house. Oh, and also a magnetic plate that you had to stick in the bottom to comply with FCC regulations. Basically what I'm saying is the Sega Saturn is dumb, but it is an incredibly precedented choice if you look at Sega's business history. And this was your Sega history for the day.
Go ahead and read that last comment from Buff Chocobo out loud.
I imagine a Sega fan literally taping all these add-ons to his face.
That's
probably
accurate. That way they had the VR experience.
Basically what I'm saying is Sega has always made dumb business decisions, and we shouldn't be surprised.
At Sonic Boom?
Also that. They just announced the second one in that series, by the way.
Wait, they're continuing that?
Of course they are. I think that cartoon's actually doing pretty well for them, so.
I mean, I'm not that surprised, I guess.
What was the last good Sonic game?
I played a Sonic game on a handheld Sega system.
The Sega Game Gear.
Maybe? Let me look up what that looks like.
That is the only Sega handheld system, so. That said, can I talk about my favorite Sega system, the Sega Pico?
I mean, if you want. I've never heard of that.
No, most people haven't. The Sega Pico
What was I looking up? Sega Game Gear.
Yes, the Sega Pico is an incredibly obscure console that was basically. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, it kind of looks like a console.
Yeah, this thing.
Yeah, that's a Game Gear.
I played a fun Sonic on this thing.
Was it?
It was only ever on the school bus because my friend had it.
Was it Sonic 1, 2, or 3, which were all ported to the Game Gear?
Probably one of the above.
The Game Gear, which is pretty much just a Master System.
You probably shouldn't let him heal.
Okay, Galen, I'm too focused, so you need to look up a picture of the Sega Pico and describe what this is to the people at home. Also, because I want to know if you can puzzle out what the fuck this is from looking at it.
Yes. Killing the system ahead of its time, or killing the company ahead of Sonic Boom was good for consumers, because then consumers would already not be expecting a whole lot.
That's true.
Yeah. I think that was the goal.
What? No! I don't want to use a homeward bone. I want to.
Is this a leapfrog?
Kind of. So it's a weird.
This looks like a leapfrog.
It is essentially an early leapfrog. It was a.
Jack, you're so close.
It was a console designed exclusively for young children.
And by so close, you've almost had a chance to kill the dogs. How many estus are you at? Oh, only 9. Okay.
I only used 1.
All right, focus up.
I can totally do this.
Yeah, focus on this.
Where the fuck is he?
You can rant about. He's in the tree.
Can I drop attack him?
Yes. Oh, Zach, you've totally got a shot at this if you don't fuck it. If that tree wasn't there. See, that kind of shit is the problem with this fight. Oh, you did gain some health.
That's fine. I didn't die.
Am I not going to have to try to get here again?
I don't have my catalyst equipped, or I would totally try and use
I don't think Solero's your best bet here. You're doing a ton of damage with just what you got.
Why didn't I drop attack him?
Zach, you're out of stamina.
Oh, I am.
I said 3 seconds late.
I noticed.
When you actually did have stamina. Oh yeah, chat's a thing. How you doing, chat? Yeah. Oh, he came all the way up there with you.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think I've ever seen him get that far. Zach, 1 attack will kill him.
Oh no, I totally got this.
I would have laughed if he hit you. For some dumb reason.
Like that?
Yeah, roll. Just drop attack him. Why'd you go down the stairs?
I'm stuck on the stairs now.
Zach.
Yes, Galen?
Zach, you have to win this.
What if I don't?
Do it.
See? Capra Demon, not that hard.
Okay. That was at
Oh
least...
my god, dogs!
What?
I forgot I didn't kill the dogs when I ran in here. I jumped under them.
It doesn't matter. The Capra Demon stays dead.
Also, I killed the dogs. Woo! Okay. See, the Capra Demon is easy once you take out the dogs.
Back to ranting about the Sega leapfrog.
It's not even really... I actually think it's kind of interesting. So what this was it was this was a mid-90s thing, and it was literally just a console in which you slotted books, literal picture books, and you flipped through them, and you interacted with the game by clicking on it with a pen that came with it. So it was also kind of a DS.
What?
Yeah, it was an incredibly obscure console that for some reason my parents decided to buy me when I was literally 3. It's also it's the first video game console I ever had.
Mine was a $3,000. What were the QB Mac computers called?
Oh,
it was
an
literally
Apple II?
Yeah, it was $3,000, and my dad bought it, and I had Reader Rabbit for that shit. Fucking Reader Rabbit. We should play that on this show.
I think we've discussed that. Where am I headed now? Right, up here.
No. I mean, if you want a bonfire, but if you want to progress, it's in that door. That's what I was looking for.
And the thing was, I didn't even know what this was until
You may want a bonfire. You're down to 3 estus.
That's kind of true. So
anyway.
Also, did you take a drink for me beating?
No, I didn't.
Capra Demon?
More. I put a lot of rum in this. It's almost gone.
Well, keep drinking. Yeah, so I did not even know what this thing was until many years later. Chris Kohler on an episode of Retronauts mentioned the Sega Pico, and I'm like, I've never heard of that. I'll look it up to see what it is. And then I'm like, holy shit, I had this. Also, I totally do not own this.
Totally peaking.
We are peaking a lot. I do not own this now. I don't know where it was. I moved 5 times between turning 5 and 10, so it was lost in one of those.
I need to clean this.
Are you pulling out your Game Boy?
Oh no, I did clean this. When did...
You know, you're gonna start playing Game Boy on the air?
No, I was just commenting on the fact that I thought there was a ton of corroded batteries in my Game Boy.
Oh, so the interesting thing I wanted to mention about the Sega Pico, it is the only Sega console to ever have an officially licensed Pokemon game on it. In that it had a Pokemon Teach You Kanji game released in Japan.
What?
Yeah.
Repeat what you said, though, because I actually did not process any of those words.
is the only Sega console to have an officially licensed Nintendo game, and that it had a Pokemon Teaches You Kanji game released in Japan.
Oh. What?
Okay, those words were pretty easy to understand.
No, I understood them now. Now I'm just whatting at the concept.
Oh, well, yes. It's still confusing in its own right. I mean,
Zach, go level up.
I'm going to. We have, like, a lot of souls.
Yeah, you just beat a boss. Zach, if you fall off those goddamn stairs, and then I fall off those stairs because I'm going to.
Oh, right. Mario Teaches Typing does exist. I think my favorite typing game has always been and always will be Typing Up the Dead.
I'm not completely unrelated because it's kind of another teaching game, but Pokemon Art Academy, is that the name of the game?
Yes, that is.
Because if that's the name of the game, that game's super cool. Fucking love the Game Grumps playthrough of that.
Take
you
a drink.
sat at a bonfire, so you better join me. Your drinks better be significant too. Your drinks are also just bad though. So, here, give me your drink. I'm gonna drink some more of it to help you.
Buff Chocobo. Have you? While we're talking about dumb Mario educational games, have you ever played Mario is Missing?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Which is about...
Is it like Carmen Sandiego, but with Mario?
It is actually incredibly like Carmen Sandiego, but with Mario.
I played the shit out of Carmen Sandiego.
Except way shittier. I think it was originally released on, Galen, what's that dumb console that had the two shitty Zelda games that everyone knows because they look terrible?
Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 on the Game Boy Advance as remakes from the NES?
No, those look fine. They look like NES games. I'm talking about the dumb system that no one played.
What?
The Philips CDI.
The what?
Thank you, Galen. Do you not know what a Philips CDI is?
No fucking clue what you're
Galen,
on.
you sweet summer child. You need to listen to more Retronauts.
But yeah, so Pokemon Art Academy, the Game Grumps playthrough was great because they did like hour-long episodes, and like Ross from Game Grumps is an actual animator.
Yes, I've seen some of his artwork. Although,
yeah, he's a pretty good artist.
Which is the one that I figured out I actually kind of like from Did You Know Gaming?
I don't know, Aaron. Aaron sounds.
Tell me their screen names.
Egoraptor?
Egoraptor's the one.
Yeah, Egoraptor is Aaron.
Okay.
I don't know what Ross goes by. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway.
Either way, Egoraptor's the one I know because he does a lot of Did You Know Gaming videos.
Ross is on controller or on the DS drawing for Pokemon Art Academy, and they do like 45, 50-minute episodes of him literally just drawing Pokemon.
All right,
and it's amazing. Highly recommend.
Which is the one with the fantastic hair?
Danny?
You know which one I'm talking about.
How
many of them are there? I thought there were two.
The Jewish one? Because there's Danny and Aaron, and they're the main Game Grumps. But then there's also Ross, Barry, Ross, I already said Danny, he's one of the main ones. Ross, Barry, Kevin,
oh my,
Susie, yes, Danny Sexbang. Thank you, Buff Chocobo. Danny Sexbang is excellent. New album out, by the way.
I've actually heard some of his music.
Very good.
My friend John, shout out to John if you ever listen to this, showed me some of that sometime. I got a barrel piece.
So he's actually in two bands. The first of which is Ninja Sex Party with Ninja Brian, and then the other one is Where are you?
I'm in the depths.
Oh, this is where the butcher is.
Yeah, they're right down there. See?
Yeah, I know where you are. Anyway, what's the other one's name?
I don't know. I don't watch this thing.
Well, you might not know, but maybe Buff Chocobo knows.
True.
Dinosaur Laser Fight is also good.
That is a pretty great name.
I don't think that's a band name. It might be.
It should be if it's not.
I think it's a song name, but what's the other? Starbomb. Starbomb. They do have you ever heard Smash? It's where Luigi goes where the announcer from Smash shows up and is like, "Hey guys, we should play this game. It's a fun new family game where you beat the shit out of each other."
While we have a chance, I'm gonna re-equip our catalyst.
And Luigi's just like,
wait, that goes on this one.
"Hey, we should be friends. Like, we're all bros here. Especially you, Mario, and he just keeps getting the shit beat out of him until he goes insane and starts killing everyone. But anyway.
Okay.
That's Starbomb. Yes, Starbomb.
I see you, dumb dog. Can I hit you? No.
Also...
Still no! Oh my god, I want my shield.
Also should show you the Hero of Rhyme, which is about Link rapping too much and not actually fighting his enemies. But instead trying to rap battle them, at which point they pull out swords and kill him.
Okay, so I have an important question. Is it, like, actually good rap, or is it, like, kind of shitty parody rap?
It's parody rap, but it's not shitty. It's just not very rappy.
Well, here comes the butcher.
And his dog. Oh, no, his dog decided, fuck this, I'm out. Also, let's see if we can't get to the... That was an interesting soul arrow.
It's a secret strategy. Where the fuck did the butcher...
He joined his dog and fuck this, I'm out. Oh, his dog decided, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you.
I am not going to die to the butcher. I mean, I almost, like, certainly am, but... First, I'm gonna spam all the soul arrows I can in their face. It didn't really do a lot. What are you doing?
Pew. Pew.
Well, never mind. This is my strategy.
We may want more int. As long as he stands still, it works. Oh, maybe not. But he's also moving a little bit, so...
We don't need the soul arrow for anything more useful.
Do you have heavy soul arrow?
No.
Did we not buy that? I thought we bought that.
If we did, we only had one attunement slot. Hey, I beat the butcher. That went, like, shockingly smoothly.
Let's see if we can't make it to that bonfire.
What bonfire?
There's a bonfire in the depths.
There is, but isn't it dumb for if you don't have... Like, the bonfire...
Why did you not check that chest? There was, like, a 70% chance of that being a mimic.
No, I know this one's not a mimic.
No, that one could have been a mimic.
I know for certain that one is not a mimic. We've been over this before. I remember the chests that I've encountered that aren't mimics.
I don't believe you.
Why? They don't
believe
change.
You. They're all
it's
mimics.
It's not hard to remember.
They're all mimics. See, the difference is I will probably never be fooled by a mimic. And you might be.
No, because I'm just going to go on the wiki and look up which ones are mimics beforehand.
Alright, I need to surprise Jack. Jack? Apparently you're Jack now.
Cool.
Before you were Jacques, now you're Jack.
Oh man, Jacques was a lot classier. Is there anything down here, or did I come here for nothing? Oh no, I can go up there.
Yes.
Something here is almost certainly going to try and kill me. Huh?
Oh, there's the pyromancer dude, or the not pyromancer dude. I can't
Oh my
remember.
god, how did... Wait, where was the dude in the depths? Sorry,
You're
lower
in
ended
the
berg.
depths.
No.
What?
One of the dudes was in the lower ended
Did you
berg.
miss an NPC quest, Zach?
I mean, I didn't miss it. We can go back and do it.
Oh no, you might have missed it.
But also...
Also, we need to define missing the quest.
Not completing a step in a possible quest.
Oh, hello.
But then when do we drink for it? Like, immediately after it was available to us? Or, like...
I think at the point that we cannot continue it anymore, we drink.
Oh, okay. That's only going to be a few times, then. That's only going to be the few cases where a character dies.
But also, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Big Hat Logan's apprentice in the lower ended berg?
No.
Hood! Who are you? What?
The other butcher.
There's two?
Yep.
Since when?
Since always.
I don't remember this. I don't like this.
Zach. Oh, please.
Oh my god.
Oh. Alright, I think that's where we're gonna end this.